welcome back. In this video, we're trying something new. We are doing a weekend of boondocking with our new Harvest Host membership. And a lot of you probably know what Harvest Host is, but for you that don't, Harvest Host is a camping membership that allows you to boondock for free at a variety of different businesses across the country. I think there's like over 1,000 different places that you can stay. It's mostly wineries, breweries, organic farms, golf courses, that type of place. So you pay this yearly membership and you can camp there for free. So right now we're at Maiden Rock, which is in Wisconsin, but we'll actually back up a little bit. Yesterday we left Fridley and headed down to Mantorville, and that's about an hour and 20 minutes south of Minneapolis for our first stop. And we stayed at a place called Davidson's Properties, and that's a place owned by Dave.
Yep. And first of all, we love state parks, but because of COVID, nothing is open. So state parks, personally owned campgrounds, nothing. We can't go to any of them. So Harvest Host was essentially our only option. So it worked out good that we already had that membership. But yep, Davidson Properties was our first stop in Mantorville. And it's essentially just 2 vacant lots. And they are smack dab in the middle of town. There is a busy road right there, so there is definitely some traffic noise that you get, but it is across from a nice little city park, and you can go walk over there and look at the Zumbro River. If you have kids, they can play on the park a little bit, but really it's not park at the lots. Put your chairs out, relax, have the kids play around a little bit. It's really more of a we need to stop somewhere for the night type place. Dave did mention a kind of nosy neighbor that lives kitty corner to the lots, and he even said she might call the police on you, and gave us his card to give to the officers in case there were some questions. We didn't have any trouble at all, but we didn't sit outside the camper either. And it worked out nice, though it was massively windy. We probably wouldn't have been able to sit outside for long anyway, but being next to the town and the little restaurants was great. Cute little place. Be fun to come back to someday when things are actually open. We did get curbside food from 2 different places. First, the Hubble House for our dinner, and it was, I think in general it'd mostly be okay, but husband got onion rings and they were super bland. I think it's kind of hard to make a super bland onion ring.
Yeah, this Hubble House is I guess it's a famous establishment down there. It's been owned by the same people for over 100 years. And it's kind of this historic place that's supposed to have this really neat interior dining atmosphere. But unfortunately, we couldn't do that because of COVID. So yeah, we just did the takeout. And
it's a beautiful building. And then we went for lunch the next day to County Seat Cafe, and that was really, really good.
Yeah,
we got
5 stars.
Yeah, really good sandwiches.
Really good paninis.
Yep. And we visited Casey's General gas station. That was a nice new building. Husband went on a nice bike ride.
Yeah, so I did a bike ride to Casson and back. I say that right? I'm always saying it wrong. But that town's like 4 miles away, and they kind of have a loop in between both towns. You can they have these really nice bike paths, and so you're kind of biking off the main roadway the whole way, and yeah, just a really nice loop. Yeah, so we got back, we had lunch, we visited the local chocolate shop, little family-owned chocolate shop that truffles, chocolate, different kind of candies. So we got ourselves some chocolates and some treats for the kids, because our kids are at home. This is just kind of a couple's getaway for us. Let's see, and then we drove to Dave's shop, because with Harvest Host, you're kind of expected to, even though you have the membership, it's expected that wherever you're staying, you help them out. Like if you're at a winery, you buy some wine or whatnot. So I flat out asked Dave, I'm like, well, how does this work for you? How can we support you in this? And he has a little dealership in Casson, and he set up a little room in the back with some merchandise that he's now selling. And he's new to this. We're the first people that's ever stayed at his properties. So he had some stuff for sale in the back, just like typical stuff you'd buy at Menards. So we bought some carabiners, some like duct tape and stuff, just like $20 worth of stuff to help him out. And chatted about RVs with him for a little bit, and then we then we had lunch, and then we headed over to Maiden Rock in Wisconsin, which is about an hour and 20 miles to the east. And it's kind of nice. We got to drive through southern Minnesota, which we've really come to like southern Minnesota. You know, Minnesota's kind of famous and known for going up north. You got the lakes and the rivers, the boundary waters, and all that's great. We love that. But we've really come to love southern Minnesota, the charming farmlands and the small towns, and especially when you get into bluff country, which is, you know, near the Mississippi River by the border between the two states, is just a fantastic area.
Beautiful.
Yeah, like we drive through all these little small towns, and every one we want to stop and explore. But anyways, we got to the winery. I did call on the way, just asking if they had any water we could use, because with Harvest Host you are expected to have a self-contained unit with your own water and whatnot, but I didn't really want to travel with 800 pounds of water up and down through the bluffs, so I did call in advance. They did say they had a faucet alongside their building that we could use to top off our tanks, which is really nice. Stopped in, checked in with the owner. She was great, showed us where we could park and set up, and once we got set up, went to their shop, and they have a really good selection of wines, ciders. They got local handmade jams and jellies, so I don't know, about a whole bunch of stuff. We had some dinner on site, and then we watched the sunset while we had ciders and our chocolate treats from the chocolate shop. Overall, just a really nice night. Now we're on day 2. We've just been kind of relaxing, hanging out outside the camper, reading some books and walking around. This Maiden Rock is fantastic.
Yeah.
5 stars. Like when I thought Harvest Host, you see the pictures that they have advertised.
Yeah.
This is what you think of, and usually expectations, it's hard to live up to the expectations you have, but this lives up to them. I mean, the view out of our camper, I'll show you in a minute, is fantastic.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah, I can definitely see us coming back here again.
Yep.
But yeah, let me show you around and show you what how we're set up here. All right, so here's our setup. I mean, look at this view right when you walk outside. Off to the right here, down there, that's the Mississippi River, kind of a view of the river valley there. Then, like I said, we're parked right in the vineyard. That's the owner's house down there. Got the vineyard. Got this really neat little gazebo set up here. And there's a shop where they actually make the ciders and the wines. On the weekends, it's Saturday, or it's actually Sunday morning right now, so it's I don't even know if they're open yet, but yesterday they were pretty busy. And we are here, it's early May, and I mean, even in early May, it's just gorgeous, but I would love to come back here in the summer or in the fall when all these trees are in bloom and the apples are on the vines and everything's lush and green. I think it would just be amazing. But yeah, this setup here is just fantastic. Coming up, we're going to give you a more detailed tour of our rig. Show you a couple little things that we've added on that have been really helpful. I just installed this yesterday, Anderson weight distribution hitch. I'm going to do a video on that, but fantastic option for a weight distribution hitch. And like I said, we are boondocking. We were able to fill up with water, but I got a little addition here which has been a game changer. We got ourselves a generator, and this is fantastic. It's a Champion dual fuel generator, 3400. So this can operate off propane or gas, and it's super quiet. We ran it the first night. Man, I want to say we ran that thing like 4 or 5 hours, and I don't know if we used even a gallon of gas. So it's really efficient, works really great. That's kind of the 2 big items we got. We got a lot of little small knickknacks that we'll show you in an upcoming video. But yeah, that's our setup. And on a little side note regarding our RV rental business, a lot of people have been asking about that. I don't know. So far, we've only had 2 rentals. We've had one for the Mallard and one for our Grand Design. I don't know if that's horrible because camping season in Minnesota doesn't really take off until May, but we are into May. And we only have 2 more rentals scheduled for this month. Now, the rest of the summer, we still do have a lot of rentals on the books, but we are starting to see some cancellations. And if the governor doesn't open up state parks soon, I think that's really going to hurt us. We are getting some of these last minute rentals. And when I say last minute, people renting probably within a week out. Seems like they're people that are going to land that they own, or they're doing boondocking things like we're doing right now. So I think we'll still get some rentals through the summer. But I don't know. We really need things to open up to make our goal. We need at least one rental each unit each month to help make those payments, but we need to make a little more, obviously, to get the payments for the winter. And then, ideally, we're doing this to get some additional income coming in too. So I don't know. It's kind of a wait and see. As things pan out, we'll let you know. We'll run some numbers here in the next month or two. We'll do a video on that. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.